5.10, multiplying binomial special products. So we just did the sum and difference of squares. Our second one is to square a binomial. This is really important. This comes back around and around and around, and make sure we know how to do this correctly. So a key concept here, x plus 2 squared. You would think it might equal x squared plus 4, but guess what? It does not. It doesn't equal this. Whenever we see a square with a binomial, we need to write it as 2 sets of parentheses. So that becomes that. And then when I do my foiling, first, outsides, inside, and last, notice that I don't get the answer that I thought it could have been because I have a middle term here that shows up. And that middle term shows up, so that's why I can't just say it's x squared plus 2 squared, which is 4. So, squaring binomials. There's a special rule here that we can use. The square of a binomial is the square of the first term plus or minus twice, so that means 2 times, the product of the 2 terms plus the square of the last term. So we'll actually just look at our equation down here. So if I have a plus b squared, just like what I just had, it's a plus, notice that this first term matches the term that, or the first symbol matches the symbol that is in our equation, 2ab plus b squared. If I have a minus b squared, I end up with a squared minus, so we use our minus, 2ab plus, so notice we always have that plus b squared. Alright, so let's put this to use. So in this case, it's a plus here, so I'm going to use that formula a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So my a is the x, my b is the 3. Again, I like to use parentheses, so x squared plus 2a is x, b is 3, plus b squared. So that becomes x squared plus 2 times 3 is 6x plus 9. Alright, so for this next one, I'm going to use the minus, so it would be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And I end up with x squared minus 2x times 5 plus 5 squared. In the end, we end up with x squared minus 10x plus 25. Woohoo! Alright, our last one here, we're going to use that same formula, but this is why we use our parentheses, because we have a 3x and a minus 5y. So that's like 3x minus 5y times 3x minus 5y. So we'd write it twice. You could FOIL it out that way, or we'll use our shortcut, and we get 3x squared minus 2 times 3x times 5y plus 5y squared. Alright, so we got a lot of pieces that we have to multiply out. 3x squared is really 9x. Then we end up with 5 times 3 times 2, so that's negative 30xy plus 25y squared. And then we just leave it as that. Alright, so here are 4 problems for you to try. Again, let's see how well you can do on the fractions on this last one. Come to class with questions.